One of my favorite things about my kids' birthdays every year is that inevitably they choose sushi for their birthday dinner. That is a great excuse both to celebrate them and to have delicious sushi. And today, my friends, is one of those days. Good morning. It is Tuesday, January 9th, and I am continuing my Plan As You Go month where I show you for a month how I use my bullet journal and my Erin Condren planner together in tandem. Like I said in the intro, we're going to be having sushi today, and I'm excited about that. And that will play into some of the things I have to write down. But for now, why don't we just get started with looking at my planners, where I'm at, what I need to get done, blah, blah, blah. I still haven't filled out the rest of this to-do list. I think I'm going to do that today just during this video because otherwise I'm not going to get around to it, because I've proven that unless I am on top of everything, I'm not going to be able to get around to everything. But I will show you the thing. I checked it off in my bullet journal already, but I have not checked it off here, that I have, yes, finally, still ahead of the deadline, paid my car insurance, and my car in fact passed smog, so we're good to go. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, in California, to get your car registration updated, you have to get your car smog checked every other year to make sure, you know, for emissions and things like that. And that is what I was due for this week. I checked that off in here. Look at that. Look at that. Sexual healing, checked off a priority on a Monday. Looking at my bullet journal for yesterday, I did not get a lot of the other things accomplished, though. I have a handful of things, including going to Target, which my kids took 11 billion years yesterday to do their homework, so we did not wind up going to Target last night. As for my meal plan, this is not entirely accurate. Instead of tacos, I got stuff to make a pesto mozzarella chicken crock pot thing, which is in my Instant Pot. Even though it's a crock pot recipe, it's in my Instant Pot recipe board on Pinterest. I decided to do that, but then I swapped it. So shells and beef are going to be later in the week, and that was last night because it was rainy, and I thought a nice crock pot meal would make the kids feel nice and warm after, you know, being wet and being at school on their first day back after break. Before I get into my Erin Condren, I want to do my challenges as per usual. So we're gonna start with my year in pixels for yesterday, and unfortunately, I was still feeling pretty damn shitty last night. My pain did not take over for the whole day, though I was feeling kind of crappy all day. I think it's a combination of my kidneys hurting and the weather changing, like getting rainy. My body does not react well to weather changing. My sinuses get all janky, my head gets all janky, and by the end of the night, my kidneys were singing bloody murder, so it was another painkiller. Here's to hoping that today is a regular ass day, because right now, I don't want the painkiller days to overtake the regular ass days, and right now they're starting to catch up. So come on, regular ass day. Let's build your lead up just a little bit more. Looking at my calendar for today, all I have specifically on the docket is sushi tonight. So it's going to be a lot of work today, which will be good because I have a lot of work to do. My habit tracker filled in for yesterday, and whatever for today I can get in. Checking off reading. Yesterday, while I was eating my lunch, I finished the book Before I Fall, which is about the girl who dies and then relives the same day. Kind of like Groundhog's Day for teenagers and young adults. And it was actually a pretty good book. Did I check my blood pressure? I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I did. Yes, gaga. Look at my wake up time, 7 a.m., getting in a row. I feel like I might actually be in a place to get to 6:30 next month if I continue along this path of righteousness. This is gonna seem like the most hot garbage sort of situation because it's, you know, not exactly environmentally friendly, but I swear to God, I am grateful for crock pot liners. I don't use the crock pot very much now that my Instant Pot has taken over my life, but when I do use it, my kids do the dishes as part of their chores, and it just removes so much of the pain in the ass to get them to clean the crock pot and not bitch about it. So I am very thankful for crock pot liners. As I was writing this, not gonna lie, I had the song Zoot Suit Riot going through my head, except instead of Zoot Suit Riot, it was crock pot liners, liners. Fill it up with chicken and mozz. I almost started watching The Exorcist last night, but instead Jenna and Julian put up a podcast episode. Normally I listen to the podcast, but instead I just put their podcast video on while I was folding laundry. Is that my car alarm? I don't think so. The @ symbol. For space, what do we have? Mercury. The fuck does Mercury look like? I guess it's got some kind of stripes or something on it. I don't know. I'm looking at pictures on the internet. Size-wise, isn't Mercury one of the smaller ones? I hope I didn't just fuck myself by making Mercury so big that when I get around to like Jupiter, it's gonna fill up the entire fucking page. Size does matter, you guys. Now for the word for today, I'm pretty sure I remember today's word being kind of an asshole word. And it is indigestibilities. Oh, balls. I'm gonna spell this so wrong. Holy shit. And I am not loving how this is turning out. But it's okay. It's practice every damn day, right? Digestibilities. Pretty sure after doing this that I know that S in this style and E are two letters I need more work on. I want to get my time tracker filled out for the rest of the day. At this point, I think it is time to move to my Erin Condren. Get this day blocked in. I'm gonna start by using this bill due sticker right up here on top because I need to mail my water bill, which I am ashamed to say got kind of lost in the scurry of the holidays and the sickness, and so it may just be a skosh late. Oh, reality. This happens sometimes. Shit falls under your radar no matter how many planners you fucking have. Now I just need to make sure it goes in the mail today. I want to just mark off another section for work because that's what I need to get done today. I'm actually, instead of writing work, I'm going to use a Once More with Love little computer munchkin because a lot of what I have to do today is not lettering on like paper or anything like I have had to in the past. A lot of today is working on the computer specifically. So this is more like marking computer. Remember Computer Lab, for those of you who were kids of the 80s, the time when we would get to go play Oregon Trail and feel all fancy that we got to use the computers? Old, like Macs with the squares that were like this big. Today is the Cindy Computer Lab, get your shit done kind of day. And then down here, I'm going to write umbrellas and phone cases. Or actually maybe just phone cases, because that's the most important part of what we need today. Now I want to add a few more things to my to-do list for the week. I'm going to start it with reservations. I got some shit on the to-do list. For now, this is where we're at, so it's time to move over to my bullet journal. One of the things I'm adding to my bullet journal list is getting the carpool figured out, the carpool situation for this weekend. So some of you asked about the retreat my kids are going to. It's a retreat for middle school UUs, like from our church, that they organize them with all of the different churches in Northern California, and it kind of goes from place to place that it gets spread out. My daughter's been going for 2 years now, and she's super into it. My son just started going this year because you have to be in 6th grade to go. And we have other kids from our church going, so getting a carpool figured out is always something important because, you know, traffic and driving on a Friday night versus Sunday morning, blah, blah, blah. So got to work on that today. Housework wise today, I want to get my sheets washed and clean off my dresser where my makeup is. It's white and you can start to see like the grossness of like the sprinklings of powder and foundation. I try to wipe it off every day, but it's the kind of thing that you got to kind of give a good scrub to every so often. And I suck ass at cleaning my house. So I have to remind myself to take care of shit like that. I've got my bullet journal filled in for the day. It's mostly just a lot of work I need to do during the day before the kids get home. All the things. As I've been working through this plan as you go month, one of the things that I'm starting to notice is that on days when I overload myself, like we're going to make a prediction and you're going to be here tomorrow. The prediction is that I, like yesterday where I made myself a hefty list, I'm only going to get half of the shit done. On the days where my lists are a little bit more reasonable, I tend to check everything else off. So this is going to be an experiment. If I can get through the majority of this today on a day when I have the time to do it, then it will feel like productive. And if I don't, then that is not that I'm not productive as much as it might mean that I am putting too much expectations on myself for what I can get accomplished in one day, which all kind of goes into the conversation of balance and how do you juggle all of the things. And I'm not going to ramble about that now because I'm done filling everything out. But if you would like to hear me talk tomorrow about balance and the conundrum of how do you juggle your work life and your home life and your hobbies and your extracurriculars and all the things, as a mother of teenagers who's very involved in my church, and I work for myself and my husband works a lot, all those things. If you want to hear me kind of go on that tangent tomorrow, let me know down in the comments and give me any tips that you have about juggling all the things. I don't anticipate anybody is perfect at balancing. That's fucking difficult. But if you have any tips, leave those in the comments as well. And tomorrow we will continue the conversation. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you who are sticking around and watching all of these videos every day, because it feels like there's a bunch of you that are kind of following along for this month. I really appreciate you. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.